What is up, everybody? Today I'm going to be teaching you guys how you can hit your shots more consistently with an op, just overall train with an op without anything like Kovacs. You can train completely in Valorant, and yeah, that's going to be it, so let's get right into the video. Okay, so I'm just going to be readying up into a practice round here, so just, practice, and then just go shooting range, and then enter range. Now right here, you can pick anyone. I'm just going to pick Jet because I main Jet. So now all you're going to do is just go here and then just grab a op and then just grab a Marshall. It really doesn't matter. Just grab whatever your load it's going to be plus a op. And then before I even get into showing you how to train, I'm going to show you some optimal settings for just helping with hitting shots or stuff like that. So just hit escape, then go up to controls, then go to equipment. And these might be different for your default. I think the default ones are a bit different, but I've aim down sight set to hold. This is for every gun that's not a sniper, but if you see on my sniper rifle aim, I have it set to toggle, because from toggle, if I show you, and I grab my op, if I set this to hold, then I have to hold down. You probably can't see it, but basically, I have to hold down my right click just to scope in, but obviously, if I set a toggle, I just have to click it once, and then it stays, and if I click it again, that's just because I have operator zoom set to cycle, so I click it once, it's whatever level it's set to, and if I click it again, it scopes in more. So if you really want to actually hit some good shots on someone, you double scope, but if you just want to do a quick peek on someone, you can just go. Obviously, that was pretty garbage, but the point is there, and that brings me to my next setting, which is auto re-enter scope, which I have on, because then, and you'll see if I shoot, if I have it like this and I shoot, it does, without me touching anything, it just stays how it is. But if I click it on and I scope in and then I shoot, it'll scope back in automatically, so it allows you to peek corners better. You can come up here and then scope in and then hit that target, go back, and it's already scoped back in for your next shot. So another thing I'm going to be talking about is how to get out of your scope, because I see a lot of people going in, they'll double scope in. I find it they'll do this and then they'll scope in once. If they're trying to quick scope someone to get out, they'll just click again, then click again to get out. But how you want to do it, and this is just a lot faster, is if I'm like this, you want to go, and whatever your knife hotkey is, I have mine set to the fifth mouse button, or this top side mouse button. So if I go knife, it brings me immediately out, and then if I press 3 again, it brings me onto the op, but just without scoping in. So if I am scoped in and I just go knife and 3 really quickly, it just goes. It just changes it back to the scope, to the unscoped op. And this is pretty much all you need to get started with trying to hit your shots on an op. And what I'm going to be doing now is just telling you guys how you can try to practice this and get better with an op. I just go and press F3 here, and you'll see speed is on easy, strafe is not on, infinite ammo, I'd recommend to have it on so that way you don't have to reload. But if you want a more realistic experience, just turn off infinite ammo. So if I just hit start, and then I like to go to about this start of this black staircase here, and scope in on this wood beam, and if you scope in, you can just flick them out. Keep in mind that you're not going to hit every shot. I've been practicing for a little bit now, but obviously, except for maybe some pros, no one's going to be able to hit every shot consistently. And something that I see a lot of people doing is they'll say, oh yeah, I can flick really good, but what they're doing is they're doing this, and then they're centering their crosshair and then shooting. When it comes to flicking, you don't want a rhyme or reason when you flick. You just want to go to your closest approximation to their body, I guess. But with the op, since if I pull out of this here, you'll see headshot is 255, but body shot's 150. 150 is the max health you can have, including shields. So if I go and I turn on, if I turn on body armor for bots, I'm just going to reset this so my score resets here. There you go. And I back up to here. I do this. You'll see if you hit their head, you get the kill. But even if you shoot their body, you still get the kill because it's 150. So what I'd recommend doing for a more realistic experience is most of the time, if you don't get an op till most people have body shields. So I'd recommend turning on bot armor. It just makes everything a lot more realistic to the point where you need to hit your body or headshots. Now, if you're using a Marshall, the headshot is 202, but the body shot is only 101. So you would kind of need to hit, the head if you were going for this to win. Now, again, most people would much rather use a op instead of a Marshall due to the higher damage. So if you're training to use a Marshall to quickscope people or something like that, turn bot armor off, because if you're gonna choose a Marshall over an op, it's gonna be in an earlier game where most people don't have body shields, because realistically most people don't prioritize body shields to the point where it matters. So if I do this, and obviously the aim is a bit different, like it just, I don't know how to describe it, but you need to hit your shots a lot more consistently if you're using a Marshall, because there's no cushion of protection when you're using a Marshall in a real game. Like if I'm using an op, I can hit the chest or the head and I get a kill every time. But the thing is with a Marshall is that you really don't have that cushion. You have to hit heads every time unless it's like the second round. Even then, most people, well, not most, but most people will have at least light body shields. Most of the time they'll have light body shields. So that means that you can't kill them in one shot without a headshot. So realistically, I'd recommend trying to train with the op, because most of the time it translates over a bit better. Obviously, again, like I said, no one's gonna hit all of their shots, but the closest you can get to hitting all your shots, like the closer you get, that went off screen. The closer you get to hitting your shots consistently every time, the better. So I would say, like, I would call you pretty good with an op if you went here and you started a new round and you hit even 15 out of these 30. I'd call you sufficient enough with an op where I would say buy an op. If you have the chance, I would say buy an op. There we go. Okay, so I got 17 out of 30. So I would recommend keep doing this so you can at least get 15, and then I'd, try and go into a game and get op kills and just try and pop off. Now, I don't know how many people care. Get out of here. I don't know how many people care about this, but my aim sensitivity is 0.63. I just like to have it there. It's just a nice middle ground. Yeah. So that's kind of all the tips I can give you with an op. I'd just say practice a ton. I've been practicing pretty consistently. If you can get Kovacs, try and get it, but you really don't need it. And for most games, Kovacs is kind of a quality of life thing. Like, you don't need to have Kovacs to get good at aim, but Kovacs definitely helps you improve your aim at an accelerated rate. So if you can get Kovacs, I have Kovacs. I use it, occasionally. But I don't grind out Kovacs. I don't spend 2 hours a day on Kovacs trying to hit every shot with 100% accuracy rate, all headshots. It's nice to have, but not something you need. Okay guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, if you like more of my videos than just this, consider subscribing, because it would really help me out. We're nearing 300 subscribers, and I'm going to be doing a room tour next video if I can. I most likely can, an updated one at least. Last room tour we were at 150, but I've moved houses, upgraded my setup so much that it's realistically, it needs its own video. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. See you in the next video. Peace.